Hello everybody, this is Sarahscopic and you're watching Traffic Musings. Well, more like stall musings. I'm not actually driving the car, as you can see, otherwise I'd have my seatbelt on. Don't worry, I'm not that unsafe. I may record things while I'm driving, but here at Sarahscopic we take safety very seriously, most of the time. It's been forever since I've talked to you guys. Oh my goodness. At least it's felt like 20 years for me. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's felt like no time, or maybe it's also felt like forever. I don't know. Depends on how much you like this show. And for that no other reason than I haven't been driving that much. And when I have been driving, I've been using my phone GPS, so it wasn't conducive. Or I'd have people in the car with me that would not be as interested in traffic musings. Lots of changes have occurred in the span of about a month. And as you probably can tell by the title, the two biggest ones are things that rhyme: gluten-free and PT, or physical therapy, which also rhymes. So yes, some of you guys may have known this, probably actually not a lot of you at all, because I have not even announced this to everyone on Facebook. I've only talked to a couple friends, but I am officially trying out gluten-free. It's not part of because fad, diet kind of thing. It's nothing like that. It was suggested to me by my chiropractor because I've been having a lot of pain in my back. As you guys know, that a lot of it seems unexplained and just very harsh. So he wanted me to try going gluten-free for about 2 months to see if it helps. I am pretty sure that it is not going to necessarily help anything, just because that's with the PT part that kind of comes in with that. But I'm trying it out, and it sucks, guys. It sucks going gluten-free. I mean, I knew that. I know a couple of people with celiacs and a couple others who are gluten sensitive, and it is very difficult. And I have always known it was very difficult, but my goodness. I think the worst part for me is I can deal with trying to cook for myself at home. That's not so bad because thankfully there's gluten-free pasta, which I can't tell the difference, and it's fine. It's been also almost kind of nice because now I have to have my own set of food, so my father can't steal my food, so that's great. I love you, Dad, but you steal everybody's food, and you know this. We all know this. So it's great to have my own bag of chips for once. So that part's okay. The part that's the problem, and this just goes you to show my social awareness, empathy, and anxiety, it's when I'm going out to eat. That is the worst part. Because A, my family has to make sure we go to a restaurant that has gluten-free options. So a lot of our favorite restaurants we really can't go to anymore, or at least we can't go to easily because of that. Because I have to keep looking on my phone to see what places I'm allowed to go to, or what foods I can eat, which causes all sorts of troubles. And then 2, I have to go to those said restaurants and be like, can I have your gluten-free menu? And thankfully the ones with an actual gluten-free menu, it has not been a problem at all. It's only been like the restaurants where I thought they had gluten-free options, and then we walk in and they don't. It's like, oh, darn it. And so that to me has been the worst part, is going out to eat, which I think for a lot of people who have to go gluten-free probably can relate to this. I imagine it is not just me who has this problem. Why there's so many cars? Well, I know why there's so many cars back here, but everyone's walking around. I am currently parked at my chiropractor. I am here extremely early, so that's why I'm doing this now. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. So my point is that yes, I'm going gluten-free. I'm going to try it for another month or so. I started second week of July. I had to go gluten-free on my birthday, which sucked, but that's okay. We made do. It was, I mean, you can't have ice cream cake, you can't have anything like that, and so that's I think been the difficult part. But hey, we'll see what happens. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on it, to be honest. I'm trying it out, and then I don't think it's going to make much of a difference for me, but we'll see what happens. So the other thing that probably is making a bigger difference is PT, physical therapy. So as you guys know, if you follow my show at all, I've been going to a chiropractor for the past year, actually. I think I've done it for about a year now. And that's been working out, but there were issues that were not related to my sciatica. It seemed to be. My sciatica issues seemed to pretty much go away. After, as you guys probably know, my MRI test, nothing was showing up, and so I was talking with my chiropractor about our options. We weren't really sure what to do, so he said, go to PT and see what they say. And he felt the chiropractor felt the issue was something to do with my lumbar pelvic strength. So I'm going to PT, and I just went for my second time today, and I think it's going to be really good. The guy, when I went to see him, he pretty much right away knew exactly what was wrong. It's hard to really explain, but I think what happened was, I'm not sure if I explained, yeah, I explained to you guys how I got my sciatica. I was lifting something, I lifted it wrong, lumbar, wasn't good. Went to a chiropractor, that mostly got fixed, but what I wasn't as good about helping fix was regaining strength in that area. And so what happened was, with all the jiggling around and such, there was not a lot of strength being put in the right areas. And so I was using improper muscles, basically, to compensate probably for the pain I was going through. And as a result, I was putting too much strain on, my left hip, pretty much. And on top of that, it was just gonna be a horror story anyway, because this issue was probably was bound to happen eventually. I have slightly flat feet, which I've kind of known. My brother has flat feet. We've never really done anything about it because it was usually okay. Even when I did dance, I was usually able to manage it okay. But regardless, it still could potentially cause problems. This is something we have to look into. And on top of that, something that happens to a lot of people, but it's just really starting to affect me, is my left hip is rotating more out than it should be. This apparently is very common because how our organ alignment tends to be on the left side, so it puts a lot more pressure on there. But with everything else I'm going through, it becomes a bigger problem. So I've been going to PT. So the whole point of PT is to help strengthen basically my glute muscles and to force me to learn how to properly use my muscles to do things, and so that I don't hurt myself anymore, because that's bad. We don't like it when Sarahscopic is in pain, because then her episodes get kind of crazy, because all she does is start yelling about how much her life sucks, and nobody likes that, right? Nobody likes that. So the greatest part about PT right now, and when I say greatest, I mean WTH kind of thing, I have tape on my back right now. Yes, I'm not going to show you because that might be considered flashing, and this is a proper family-friendly show. I'm trying, at least. my physical therapist put tape along my spine to basically, I guess, force the muscles to kind of start cooperating in the way that how I'm supposed to be sitting and standing and all that kind of stuff. But I have to wear for the whole weekend, because I think I see him on Monday. I think they get to take it off then. Anyway, afterward, the whole time, I take a shower with it and everything, and it's weird. It is super weird. It basically feels like there's tape on your back. It's just super strong tape that isn't coming off anytime soon. So, moving around is just super weird, because you just feel this tape, and yeah, I can, move, but it doesn't really hurt. It's just weird. I don't know how else to describe it. So yeah, I have tape on my back, and that's weird. I think PT's gonna be good. I think it's really gonna help me with what my actual problem is, which is great, because something that happened that scared the crap out of my family, made them just go all sorts of was when I was up north, as you guys know from my special traffic musings episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed those. I was up north for about a week, and during that week, I was actually feeling really good. I didn't have any back problems. So, nothing, I felt normal for once in a long time. I didn't feel anything weird. And then when I came home, the day after, it was bad. And at first it just started okay, this is kind of, okay, I'm walking kind of funny again, whatever. And then for 2 to 3 days straight, I could barely move. And when I say barely move, I mean getting up, I was in pain. Standing up, it was painful. And trying to walk was almost impossible. If you saw me, it looked like I had aged 50 years with the way I was just walking. Because I wasn't really walking. I was clamping my hands down on supports and just shuffling very slowly. It was extreme immobility. I would try to force myself through it, because once I kind of got moving, it sometimes would be okay, but sometimes twitch the muscles a certain way would just flare up. And the problem is that with the type of pain I had, which is a little different from the sciatica pain, this pain was a little different, because the problem was that putting pressure hurt, and lifting it hurt. So walking was impossible, because I couldn't put weight on it so I could take a step forward with my right foot, but I also couldn't lift my left foot to take a step forward. So I was basically shuffling with my right foot to slide over. That's how I would move. It was terrible and depressing. And thankfully, after a third day of this, I was like, I've had enough. So I went to my chiropractor earlier, and I made an emergency appointment. And I just went, I don't know what's wrong. And that's when he suggested PT. But he did a lot of work. And my mom came with me because, driving. Can you imagine trying to drive with that much pain? And my poor mother just didn't know what to do. Because we go in there and he does all this work on me. And it's really rough on me. And he's trying to figure out what's going on and trying to do stuff to try to help it. And he warned me, he said, it's not going to feel great right now. But, let me know how you're feeling tomorrow. I'd be very surprised if you still are in this much pain tomorrow. And I was like, okay. So I'm walking out of the office, and I seem to be even worse than when I came in, which of course is freaking out my mom. And I'm like, no, Mom, this is normal. It's just gonna be pretty hard. And so I'm shuffling outside the office, and all the nurse and the medical staff are like, I hope you're okay, Sarah. I'm like, I know, I'll be okay. And then I went and sat down with an ice pack that night, and I actually started feeling better in 2 to 3 hours. I was actually wow, oh man, I could still feel some pain, there's something there, but it wasn't nearly as bad as I was before. And the next day was pretty good, and so then we started doing PT, and now I'm back to this, and it's great. It's great. Use your glute muscles. That's the main thing I'm learning at PT. Don't keep using your glute muscles, because apparently that's just going to take all the pain off. I love the physical therapist I have so far. He's really good at knowing where he calls them trigger spots, but they're hot spots, parts that are painful, because I always thought this was normal. Come to find out, it's very not normal. There are certain parts of my back where sometimes if I touched it, were very tender, and there's just certain parts, and I just always thought that was just how sometimes things go. I didn't realize that's not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to be in that much pain when you press on your back like that. And so he was triggering those. He was pressing those certain spots, because that's what part of PT is, and it's bad. He's and he's just lightly going on. He's like, does that hurt? Yeah. And then he goes to an area of my upper back, and he can already tell, there's just certain parts I know. He's like, yeah, is that starting to hurt? I said, yeah, how could you tell? I also show pain when I'm on my stomach by clenching. I start doing this a lot, so he probably could tell through that, but that's fine. So yeah, that's my update, guys. Did a slightly longer episode. This will be edited out, obviously, but you guys probably don't mind if you care about this show. I will be starting up Traffic Musings once I am settled in for school. My work schedule is a little bit funky. In the beginning, it'll be easy to do Traffic Musings, but my work schedule may start to change, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen, but I'll keep you guys posted. It's gonna be fine. Things are gonna happen. The other cool news is I'm gonna be getting a desktop soon. Yay! My brother's gonna be so happy, because I have been using his computer this whole summer for all my editing, because my laptop is probably gonna die any day. So I've been trying to keep the workload off of it for this whole summer. So I'm finally getting a desktop, and so that means that I'm going to, hopefully, crossing my fingers, get a new video editor program. Ooh! So I don't have to worry about Windows Movie Maker. So Editor Chat is super excited about that, because she gets to play with a huge new toy, so we're gonna see how that goes. And so hopefully you'll be seeing some way funkier edits, potentially. I don't know what she's gonna do. That's her business. She can figure that out. So all that stuff is just boiling down to that new desktop, new editing software, so hopefully cooler videos. So yeah, but otherwise things are just kind of going through, just kind of getting through summer. Summer's almost done. Oh, my last summer ever. So one more year of school, and we'll see what happens. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope something amazing happens to you. Without further ado, I hope to see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye!